What's good, people? What's good? What's good? It's Saturday, and you know what time it is? I'm hoping everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving day and Thanksgiving holiday and be thankful for what you got. But we thankful for football today. It's Saturday. It's our Pick'em show. I got TK. TK, how you doing, man?
Doing very well, man. Excellent. How about yourself?
Hey, man, I can't complain, man. I cannot complain. Everything's been good. And if you see me over the Thanksgiving holidays, man, shoot, it's been better than good from a life perspective and a football perspective. Yeah, man,
Mm,
it's a good
mm,
thing, man. So
mm,
yeah, so happy holidays to everybody that's watching or that will watch our video today. Certainly, we want to wish you and yours a happy holiday season. Um, yeah, and you see what I got my Crimson Tide on stuff today because it's on Bowl Saturday. So yeah, man, I'm in full regalia today. So yeah, I'm definitely wanting some good things to happen on those lines. So, but we talking NFL today. But you might hear some football. You might hear some college stuff later in the game in the day. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, let's get to these picks, man. And housekeeping purposes here. We had an interesting week in week 12. Both me and TK both went 11-6. And yeah, that'll
mm.
probably get you in the playoffs. Yeah, that'll get you in the playoffs. So, we'll take it. We'll definitely take it.
Mm,
We definitely
yeah.
there were some upsets in there, and there were some games me and him clashed. I think we clashed on 4 games. And I think I got 2 of those games right. He got 2 of those games right. So we went 2-2 on those. And then we lost like a couple others. And so, like I said, there was some upsets along the way. So anyway, it wouldn't be the NFL if it wasn't like that. Because what they say, that
Yeah.
ball got 2 points, so it can bounce weird ways. So all right, let's get into these picks for week 13. Wow,
Mm, mm, mm.
wow, wow.
Yeah.
Where has the time
Mhm.
gone? All right, man. So let's go ahead and get into these picks, man. Let's see what we got. And we understand there's not that many games this week because 4 of the games were played Thursday and Friday. So yeah, a limited schedule this coming week. So all right, our first game is going to be the Cleveland Browns or the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Browns. That's going to be tomorrow at 12 o'clock. 49ers are favored by 4.5. We know about the injury history of the 49ers. That all the half their defense is on injured reserve. Even the kid backing up Fred Warner, Bethune, I think is his name, is out for the day. Browns, they kind of muddling through. Shador had his first start last week, looking to make his second start this week. Uh, it's gonna be in Cleveland. I don't know what the weather's gonna be like. I'm gonna take the Browns, even though I know the 49ers are a better team, but I'm gonna take the Browns in this game. We'll see what happens. But it should be an interesting game.
Let's clash, man. Let's go ahead and clash right out the gate.
All right. All right. Pass right
I'm
out the gate.
taking Niners,
So
man. Yep, yep. I got
taking
the
the
Niners,
Niners.
man.
Taking the Niners. Not a bad pick. Niners really trying to fight for playoff positioning. I think they're 7-4, I think. And they need to win every game to stay in the playoff hunt. So But I know every time they go to Cleveland, it seems like it's always a weird game or whatever. And I bet you the weather is going to be goofy tomorrow there. Uh, almost in December in Cleveland, whatever. So we'll see what happens. I bet you it's going to be snow and that kind of stuff. So we'll see. But I'm going to take the Browns. He's taking the 49ers. We're clashing on our first game. Very first game we clashing, man. I don't know what that means for the rest of our pick session. Let's move on. All right, not much time on this one.
Mhm.
You got the Jaguars at the Titans at 12 o'clock. Jaguars favored by 6. I'm taking the Jags. Taking your hometown team. No,
Not at all.
Jags. All right, not at all. Not at all. All right. All right. Our third game. We got. It's also in that same AFC South. It's the other two participants of the AFC South that are also clashing, facing off. You got the Houston Texans going up to Lucas Oil Field to take on the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts favored by 3.5. This game's kind of interesting because you got the tale of two quarterbacks. One quarterback is injured. It's newly discovered injured, but it's going to play. That would be Daniel Jones. Got some sort of fibula fracture or something, but he's going to play supposedly. And then you got CJ Stroud coming off a 3-game hiatus through concussion protocol. This will be his first game back. So, um, Houston Texans have probably the best defense in the NFL. And to quote my man Jim Rome, I can't see going up against them with one stick. So, I'm going to take the Houston Texans because I think they'll need this win to stay in playoff contention. Indianapolis is still in pretty good shape. I think they're like the second or third seed in the playoff seeding here. I think Houston needs the game more, and I think their defense is going to play well. And as I said, Daniel Jones is not 100%, but he's going to play. I'm going to take the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I got Houston. That defense has definitely won me over, despite however I felt about their offense. Yeah, defense is dominant, man. So offense can hopefully just keep building their momentum. And I'm with you, taking the Texans.
Yeah, I'm taking the Texans in this game, man. Like I said before, the Indianapolis is favored by 3.5. So interesting. Maybe Vegas knows something, but not according to the TK Uncle Fred experts. We got the Texans. All right.
Hmm.
All right, man. Moving on. Right. Moving on to our fourth game. You got the New Orleans Saints going to Hard Rock Cafe Stadium in Miami to take on the Miami Dolphins. Saints, really not doing much. They've released or let go Brandon Cooks, and he's gone to the Bills, and Alvin Kamara's not playing, and all this kind of stuff. Dolphins actually been playing some good football lately, man. I'm gonna take the Dolphins. And really for no other reason. I just think they're the better team, and I think the Saints are really trying to hang on to a number two or number three pick, if for lack of a better term. So I'm going with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'll take the Dolphins at home as well. They've been able to sort of put together some respectability over the past few weeks. So I'll go ahead and acknowledge that and pick them to win at home.
Good deal. No fight here. We got the Dolphins, and the Dolphins are favored by 5.5. So that should be interesting. Okay, fifth game. All of these games are at 12 o'clock, mind you, right? So next we got the Atlanta Falcons going to New York to take on the New York Jets. Atlanta Falcons are favored by 2.5. Interesting game because the Falcons can, from the way I look at football, can win against any team and can lose against any team. They have not proven to be consistent in any measure. They can go on the road, they can go and beat Buffalo, but then lose to like Carolina when Carolina hadn't established themselves yet, and they got beat 30-0. So it would be so Atlanta to go to New York to MetLife and lose this game. It would be so Atlanta. But I'm gonna go with the Falcons, and I'm putting my neck out there, Raheem Morris. That's I got your boys winning today, tomorrow, and I think the Jets really are, unless you're getting two returns for touchdowns, I just don't know how they score. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going with the Falcons as well. Not the strongest pick, but unfortunately, I think the of the other team might be a little worse than your worst performance.
Yeah.
So
The other team might be worse than your worst performance. Wow. Okay. That's pretty pointing it there, man. But yeah, we both the same on that because the Falcons is kind of that way, man. They can beat anybody and lose to anybody. So we'll see how that goes because they went over to I don't know where they was out of the country and gave Indianapolis all they wanted, and then come back home and they could very well lose to the Jets. So we'll see what happens with that. So like I said, Falcons are favored by what did I say? 3.5, 2.5. All right. Next 12 o'clock game, you got the Arizona Cardinals uh, taking on the going to Tampa Bay, taking on the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are favored by 3.5. Buccaneers are finally getting some guys back. I think Bucky Irving will be back. I think he'd have missed like 8 games, 7 or 8 games. He's missed a ton of games, and I believe Chris Godwin is coming back. Cardinals really aren't that good. Their last significant win was against my Cowboys on Monday night, about seems like 3 weeks or a month or so ago. I, I'm going with the Bucks, man. I think the Bucks will need to win this game to keep the Panthers off their hides, so they can win that division. So I'm going to go with the Bucks. I just don't see how the Cardinals will win the game because they got a bunch of dudes out, man. All the running backs are out. Even the DeMarcado dude that's who's the starting running back took over for Benson and what's the other kid's name? So he's it. So I can't see any reason how they could beat the Buccaneers on tomorrow. So I'm got the Bucks.
I got the Buccaneers, so they're at home. They're the better team. They should win.
Good deal. We both got the Bucks, man. So getting injured, getting healthy at about the right time because Mike Evans is back soon. So look out for them as they start to as it starts to get towards the end of the season. So all right. Here we go. I think one of our last 12 o'clock games. I think it is our last 12 o'clock game. I got 3 stars by it. I got the LA Rams. Yeah, I just got Ram. I guess I had to buy a vowel here. I got the Rams taking on the Carolina Panthers, going to Carolina to take on Carolina Panthers. Rams are favored by 10 on the road, and the Rams hitting their stride right about now. Through most of the matrices, they rank the power rankings. The Rams are the top team in the NFL right now, and Matthew Stafford's playing well. Puka and Devontae Adams is one of the one or two best wide receiver tandems in the NFL, and they're just playing good football right now. And and as much as I like what Carolina is bringing to the table, the good running game. Bryce Young has not been consistent. Does have like a 440-yard game a couple of weeks ago. They can't run the ball with Rico Dowdle um, and everything, but I all right. I'm gonna go with the Rams here. That's always been a thing. A West Coast team going to the East Coast team at 12 noon, and there's always a thing. But I don't think it factors in this game. I just think the Rams are too good. I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Rams.
Not fighting on that one, man. Like I said, Rams are kind of doing the thing right now. So we'll see how that goes. All right, man. That's all. That clears the deck on our 12 o'clock games, right? All right. So let's move to our three. There's usually two 305 games. And so our first 305 game will be I got a couple stars by, but after further consideration, this game don't get no stars. Sometimes I put stars by if the game is competitive or not. Sometimes I put games by 'em because it's got a narrative of something to watch the game for. So I put a couple stars by this game. You got the Minnesota Vikings going to Quest Field to take on the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are favored by 11 and a half. And we know that the Vikings will be starting. I can't even think what the kid's name is, but I do know J.J. McCarthy will not be playing. They have, I think, benched him. I think he's in concussion protocol, if I'm not mistaken. And so they'll be starting some dude that has not started an NFL game here. We know Carson Wentz is out for the season with the shoulder. So what looked like it could be a compelling game will probably be a 2-touchdown game. But there's more. This will be the Sam Darnold game because we do know Sam Darnold was the starting quarterback for the Vikings last year and led them to a 14-3 record, right? And they decided not to retain his services and let him go to be a free agency. So he went to Seattle. So he gets to host the team that let him go last year. And I think he's going to open up a can of BTA that built to, 9 parts in this game. So going to Jackson Smith and Jigba and Shaheed and Cooper Cup. I got Seahawks by a mile. So that's where I'm going with that. Seahawks in this game. What do you say, TK? I'm pretty sure you're going the same way.
Yeah, Seahawks. Mm-hmm.
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Seahawks. They're favored by 11 and a half. That's a pretty wide margin. And like I said, it might not even be nowhere near that close, man. We'll see. Seahawks have a nasty defense too. You sure a guy that's not even played NFL game before, man, don't look good for you. I'd hate to be you. All right, whatever your name is, random NFL quarterback that plays tomorrow for the Vikings. All right, man. Our second 305 game. You got the Las Vegas Raiders going to SoFi to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are favored by 9.5. Raiders are playing so bad right now. They lost to the Chiefs. Lost to the Browns last week in a very putrid offensive display. So much so that they have relieved the services of Chip Kelly, who was their offensive coordinator. So they travel to SoFi to take on the Chargers. So I don't think the Raiders are a good team. And I think the Chargers are really trying to vie to. They really want to keep up with the Broncos. Stay in contention for the AFC West title, which they're in shooting range to do. So I look for them to play well tomorrow and make short of the Raiders. So I got the Chargers in this game.
Yeah, I got the Chargers as well. Yeah, I watched the Raiders game last week. It's not a lot to be excited for. A lot of talent, just not together right now. So Chargers.
Yeah, can't seem to put it together, man. Can't seem to put it together. So we both got the Chargers. Chargers favored by 9.5. And we'll see what happens there. But I'm pretty sure that's where this thing's gonna go. All right, we go to our 325 game. The first 325 game, I got 4 stars on it. You got the Buffalo Bills going to Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both teams still trying to, position themselves for the playoffs. Right now, the Steelers are leading the AFC North because of, I think, interdivisional record and things of that nature. Even though because the Ravens lost on Thanksgiving to the Bengals stuff, so the Steelers are 6-5 right now and are leading that division. So they're taking on the Buffalo Bills. Last time we saw the Buffalo Bills, they were getting manhandled by the Houston Texans. Josh Allen getting sacked like 8 times and really was taken out of their offense by that smothering Houston Texans defense. And since then, they've had like 10 days off and kind of like look at some things. Since that time, I'm pretty sure Keon Coleman will be playing, and they have acquired the services of one Brandon Cooks. So with 10 days off, I usually like to roll with the Steelers because, Mike Tomlin and, that thing, the unit he's got going. But I think Buffalo needs to look. I think Buffalo still thinks they can maybe slip up on the New England Patriots in the AFC East. But so I think they'll have to have this game. I'm going to go with the Bills. Even though they're playing at Pittsburgh, I just think that right now they're playing a little better. Pittsburgh's kind of hit and miss. They win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. And so I'm gonna go with the Bills against like my better judgment, but I'm gonna go with the Bills in this particular game.
Um, hmm, I'll go with the Bills. Tempted to go the other way, but I'll Bills.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, I think it's compelling though. I think the Steelers could win this game. Now it's not outside the realm of possibility. It's just I think, like I said, the Bills have had 10 days off to kind of like lick their wounds. Look at what they're doing, look at what they're not doing. Probably get some guys back. I just like their chances in this particular game, so that's why my pick of the Bills in this game. We'll see what happens, man. But that's one of the best games of the day, and so that was must-watch TV. So we're definitely gonna see what happens in that particular game. Okay, Buffalo's favored by 3.5 at Pittsburgh, so which is interesting. All right. All right, that concludes our afternoon games, and so now we go to the Sunday night game at 7:20. NFC NBC Peacock. You got the Denver Broncos traveling to Washington to take on the Washington Commanders. Denver is favored by 5.5. Broncos leading the AFC West right now, sporting a 9-2 record. I think the Commanders are 3-8, currently in the third place in the AFC. I mean NFC East, and without the services of Jaden Daniels, Marcus Mariota will be playing. I look for this game to be low scoring, probably not a good watch, but I do think it will be competitive. But I got the Broncos winning this because I just think they're the better team. Um, they'll be looking to keep their distance over the Chargers in the AFC West because they're right on their heels. I think the Chargers are 8-3, they're 9-2, and I think they play each other here in a week or two. So I look for the Broncos to win this to kind of keep their distance and keep their number two playoff seeding that they currently have in tow. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos in this particular game.
Broncos.
All right, all right, no fighting on that one. So we're both going Broncos. All right. So from there, we go Monday night. We got a Monday night game, and that Broncos Commanders game is a Super Bowl from years gone by. And sometimes I tell my age because I tell people like, "Oh, them two teams were in a Super Bowl." Yeah, back in like 1987, 1988. So we're talking like 30 years ago. So you know, 28 years ago, whatever. So yeah, you know, that was a 38 years ago, whatever. Yeah, that was the Super Bowl. And then the game coming up here on Monday night will have the New York Giants traveling to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots. That's been two Super Bowls with the Giants winning both of them. But I don't have the Giants winning this one. I promise you that. The Jets will be regaining the services of one Jackson Dart, who's been cleared of concussion protocols and will be cleared to play. Although the Jameis Winston show was good to watch, man, as they almost beat the Lions last week, and Jameis Winston actually scored a touchdown too. Made a move, made a dude, made a move on a dude and got in the end zone, man. Told you about it. It's like, man, shoot, I could play tight end. Gotta love Jameis Winston, man. But anyway, Jackson Dart will be back playing today, tomorrow. They're taking on the New England Patriots. New England Patriots got the best record in the NFL right now at 10-2. A lot of questions have been asked about, are the Patriots for real? And that's a good question because if you look at their schedule, it really hadn't played a lot of compelling teams. They basically played a fourth, fifth place team schedule. But there is something to be said for winning 9 or 10 games in a row. So, um, I like what they're doing. I like Drake May. I like Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson at running back. I like Diggs at receiver. Got a good young defense. Christian Gonzalez is one of the best young up and coming corners. Milton Williams, is doing what he's doing, getting pressure on the quarterback and that nature. Uh, I don't know why I keeps going to sleep here. So I'm gonna take the Patriots in the game. But Jackson should make it interesting. I will say that. But I'm taking the Patriots.
Patriots.
Right. So that concludes our Sunday and Monday's game, as we always do. We always don't come back on before that game is played. We always take the Thursday game from the following week, and the Thursday game of the following week is a doozy. It is a 5-star game. You got the Dallas Cowboys going to Ford Field taking on the Detroit Lions. Dallas Cowboys coming off of back-to-back wins on last Sunday and on Thursday, knocking off the two Super Bowl contenders. Participators, the Eagles and the Chiefs in back-to-back games. Both 3-point wins. And now they set their sights on the Detroit Lions, who also they lost on Thanksgiving to the Green Bay Packers, so they'll be looking to don't look now, but the Detroit Lions are 7-5 right now, and they're needing to continue to win to keep their playoff season. Now, who would have thought at the beginning of the season the Detroit Lions would be in danger of not even making the playoffs, right? So this game is very important for both teams because if either team loses this game, it very very much impacts their their chances of making the playoffs. So Cowboys, should be getting Trayvon Diggs back, who's coming off of IR and some concussion protocol and some other issues. He'll be available to be played. Going the other way for the Detroit Lions, it looks as though, although it's not being made official, that Amon-Ra St. Brown might not play. He got rolled up on in the Green Bay game on Thanksgiving, so it remains to be seen whether he'll play. I'm going to take the Cowboys in this game because I roll with the Cowboys. That's my team, but I think they're playing better football right now. Because if we're being honest, they should have lost to the Giants last Sunday. Giants actually outplayed them. They was able to just score twice in the fourth quarter to force overtime, and they was able to win it in overtime because old boy number 0, Jameer Gibbs is a dude, So I'm gonna take the Cowboys in this game.
Cowboys.
Okay. Taking the Cowboys. Now I think it's gonna be the best game of the week. I think because both have potent offenses that can score. And it may be that the punters can take the day off. They can go do some Christmas shopping or something, and just let them just go. Because both teams like to go for it on fourth down anyway. So punters can take the day off. So anyway, we'll see what happens on that. I definitely will be. I'll be at work, but I'll definitely be watching that game as that game unfolds. So now, as I said, I alluded to in the opening, there are a couple of college games that I think have some significance. We're going to talk about for a little bit, then we're going to be gone. But we know this is like rivalry weekend in college football. It's really like the last week of the college regular season. So there's some big time rivalries that's on the store for the day. So the first game is actually in progress right now, but it's still up for grabs. You got in the game, kicked off at 11 o'clock. You got Ohio State going to the Big House in Michigan, take on the Michigan Wolverines. Ohio State 11-0, Michigan 9-2. Michigan's won the last 4. Ohio State definitely sports the best team and the defending champs. But they and Michigan don't like each other. So I'm going to take Michigan in the upset. Just just to be a contrarian because I know where TK is going. I know what he thinks, and so I'm going to go ahead and get my thing lined up here. But I'm going to take the Michigan Wolverines to forward the upset in this highly contested rivalry game in college football. What say you, TK?
Ohio State.
Ohio State. All right, that's our second fight. All right. We fighting. We fighting on that one. He's going Ohio State. That's not a bad pick. Ohio State is probably the most talented team in college football right now. So this game is going to be about blood and guts. That's what it's all going to be about. It ain't going to be, that kind of, about talent. It's going to be about blood and guts and stuff. So we'll see what happens. So he's got Ohio State. I got Michigan. So we're definitely fighting. All right, number 2 game. You got the Vanderbilt Commodores traveling to Neyland Stadium to take on the Tennessee Volunteers. The Vanderbilt Commodores, don't look now. They are 9-2. They're not your granddaddies. Commodores. D'Elia probably the SEC player of the year. That dude is a ball player. If you ever watched him play, the dude can make throws. He can run with the football, can do a bunch of different things. And he just comes to play every Saturday. Volunteers still trying to keep their scant, I guess, college football playoff hopes alive. They're 8-3. I got the Vanderbilt Commodores going to Neyland and winning the Battle of Tennessee. I got Vanderbilt winning that game.
I'll take Vanderbilt as well.
Vanderbilt, man. No Rocky Top. There's no Rocky Top song today. All right, we both got Vanderbilt. All right. Then for the coup de resistance, you got the Iron Bowl. And you see me, I got on my crimson. I got my Alabama regalia on. You got the Alabama Crimson Tide going to Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn to take on the Auburn Tigers. Auburn is 5-6. Just fired their coach, changed starting quarterbacks. Alabama, doing what they do, playing well in the regular season, trying to make their way for the college football playoff. What's at stake is a berth in the SEC championship game. They win this game. There's a rematch with Georgia in the SEC championship game. If they lose this game, they miss out on the SEC championship game and possibly miss out on the college football playoff because they would have 3 losses. So I'm rolling with the Tide, but they can't take Auburn lightly because it would make Auburn no happier than to knock Alabama out the SEC championship game, knock them out of college football playoff, and to make themselves bowl eligible with their 6th win. I got the Crimson Tide, but they better go down there and take care of business today. Okay? I got the Tide.
Tide.
Okay. Got the Tide. He doesn't sign he's not seem as worried as I am. I'm not worried. I just know that they better take care of business. Because they want to knock us off our perch. That'll make their day, So we gotta make sure we understand that. Well, anyway, folks, that is our video for today. These are our picks for week 13 and week 14 in college. Hope you guys will continue to have a good holiday season. We'll be right back here next Saturday with our picks for week 14, and then our picks for the some of the conference championship games that'll probably be on for next week in the first week in December. So, any parting words there for us, TK?
No, sir. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your Saturday, people. See you next week.
Okay. All righty. From me, all I'm gonna say is enjoy your football Saturday and Sunday. Enjoy your families on during this Thanksgiving holiday season. Don't eat too much. And for all those people that know how I roll Tide, roll Tide, roll Tide. Okay, got carried away. Sorry, man. I got carried away. But anyway, for TK, this is Uncle Fred Rants. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe to Uncle Fred Sports Experience. Guarantee you will not be disappointed. We'll catch you guys in the next video.
2 times on the beat, bitch.